Hello, how are you doing, everybody? My name is Chiru, and I was thinking about this for a bit because, well, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit because, well, this is kind of one of those situations where something just stews over in my head and I have to talk about it. And I decided to make a video about it like now because, well, my thoughts are fresh in my head and I just wanted to make sure everybody that mattered, everybody that cared about it, knew about this info, about what I had to say. Also, as you notice, this is going to be a one take, so if I do some mistakes about talking, about doing a lot of stuff, I apologize. But the main point I want to talk about is a tweet that came across my desk, and it's something about this. If you don't know who this person is, Jake Lucky, he is an esports person. Let me just click on his profile. Okay, so I don't think there's any reason for me to like hide his identity right here. But I will be careful about talking about people that are not like particularly famous here. But Jake Lucky brought forth this thought. Dr. Disrespect perfectly encapsulating my thoughts on gaming right now. And strong language warning. I'm gonna play this clip for Dr. Disrespect, which, by the way, to give you a little bit of context, he is currently playing that free-to-play Call of Duty game that you will not catch me alive playing because screw Activision. But here we go.
It's not, I don't know. Things just aren't thought out, man. Fuck! There's nothing else to play. I want to play something. I want to have fun.
Okay, let me do it again, but without the music so you can listen to it a little bit better. Listen to his frustration about the game, about the current game.
It's not, I don't know. Things just aren't thought out, man. Fuck! There's nothing else to play. I want to play something. I want to have fun.
Okay. So, here is what I think where my concerns, my problems with such a thought come. You see, you have to understand the context of who these people are, who people like Jake Lucky and Dr. Disrespect are. These are content creators, streamers that have made their fame and have gained followers through playing a certain set of video games, like first-person shooters, multiplayer, hyper-competitive shooter games, esports types of games that require you to be competitive at all times. Like, there is no room for something other than being hyper-competitive. You have to have your mind in the game at all times. And the problem with like branding yourself like that is that when you do such a thing, you kind of ostracize yourself from ever being able to diversify. And I think that is hurting them at this point. Not only that, I also believe it is making them look really bad because a lot of people's knee-jerk reaction to something like this is, why are you just playing this game? Why can't you just play another game? You are a streamer with millions of followers. Thousands of people watch you. Sorry. Thousands of people watch you every day. Why can't you just play something else? Heck, I said as much in my response. There are literally thousands of games released yearly of many different genres and on all platforms. Pick one. Pick just one. Like, right now, if I stretch my arm to the right, you can't see it, but there's a shelf that I'm touching right now that has all of my physical Switch games. I'm gonna pick 3 games at random. I have not even thought about this. I'm gonna pick 3 games at random. 2 from this side. You, I'm not looking at them. You, and further back, you. Okay, what are the 3 games that I pick? Just from Switch. Nier Automata, Final Fantasy X and X-2, and curiously enough, Sonic Frontiers, which I just beaten. So, think about that. Just 3 games that I could play. An action RPG, a traditional turn-based RPG, and an open world platformer. 3 games. Perfectly acceptable. Some people might not like that you are not playing the same game that you've been playing all the time. But if it frees you from the negativity of having to play one game all the time, maybe you should give that a chance. I just don't know. I just don't get the necessity to keep playing the same game over and over again. I get it. I get it that that's what the audience wants. That's what the audience wants you to keep playing. The audience wants you to keep... You are the COD player. You are the Overwatch player. You are this or that. But here's a curious thing. There are so many content creators that have diversified from what they were originally known for. I don't want to mention too many people, so I'm just going to go for the most famous examples that I can think of. Markiplier was known for playing crappy horror games, and he still does from time to time, but look at what he's doing nowadays. Now, his content is more varied. He does stuff that doesn't have to relate to video games at all. One of his most famous works is actually that Choose Your Own Adventure movie that he made. In fact, multiple movies. He's made 3 of them. And he's gotten better over time. And I mean, sure, change is scary, but hey, sometimes we get bored, we get burnt out of some things, and we just need to change. We just need to diversify. And I think that is the message that these people need to take. And it is surprising that some people do not take this information as they should. For example, Mr. Jake Lucky once again points this. Oh boy. Some of the best gamers and streamers give their thoughts on the current state of gaming. Your thoughts? So these supposed best gamers and streamers, you know, the people who decide to play one game for the rest of their lives, are who we're supposed to believe are the best gamers and streamers of the world, are the ones that are saying stuff like this. Now, for Hungry Bucks, which we can already see here, I'm going to give him some slack because I do believe that what he was saying here pertain more to what the Game Awards and the stuff that was shown at the Game Awards, but still something that is a little reductive, because it's saying, I know it's a boomer ass take and I just plainly play Smash, but my god, every game looks the same to me apart from a select few. Magic swords and guns adventure in an apocalyptic wasteland where you fight monsters and aliens with friends in space. I'm just so tired of it. And I understand if that is all that you are seeing, that the games that you might be seeing, especially the ads and the reveals that you saw at the Game Awards, I kind of get it. But the thing is, the Game Awards is not everything gaming has. Like somebody did a tally of how many games were released just on Steam, and in 2019, I believe there were over 7,000 games released on Steam alone. Now, a lot of them are shovelware. I understand that there is a lot of shovelware out there. There is copious amount of shovelware. Like if you were to go to Steam, I'm pretty sure a good at least 50% of the games in there are shovelware. but that still leaves about 2,000 to 3,000 games a year on Steam alone that are diamonds in the rough, hidden gems, games that could be your next favorite game. But you're just playing Valorant. You're just playing League of Legends. You're just exposed to the AAA hyper competitive games. I will not show the clip again, but this one from Shroud. I will not say your name for fear of butchering your name, not because I don't like you or anything. I actually think you're kind of chill, Shroud, as far as I know. As far as I know. Can we get a solo shooter game, please? Thank you. That's what he said. Honestly, like, I get your pain. Shooter games can get a little hyper competitive. Like, even I playing Splatoon 3 just for fun, I do get salty sometimes because things don't always go my way. But, you know, I just think games can be what they want. Like, I just think a lot of these people, a lot of these streamers are just so burnt out on the games they're playing. And they just need, honestly, to play other different games. Like, a normal person, a normal gamer, a normal person who plays video games, they play a video game. Let's put a game. In fact, let's pick a fourth game from my Switch collection, not the 3 I said. Another game. This is not a good example because Mega Man is a short game, but let's go with Mega Man because Mega Man is actually a tough game. They play Mega Man. And Mega Man is kicking their butts. The game is kicking their butts, and they just go, crap, I don't want to play this. I'm not having fun. I want to have fun. I'm not having fun. A normal gamer drops the game, says, I'm gonna maybe play this later, maybe play this never, puts it aside, and picks another one. Here's a cute little thing from when I was growing up. When I was growing up, though we didn't have the luxuries that we have today. If you weren't rich, you maybe had 1, maybe 2 games in your library at all, and maybe the other games that you had, the other games that you played, were rentals. You went to your Blockbuster, to your Hollywood Video, and you rented a game. That's how most of us played video games back in the day. We rented. So, yeah. But nowadays, we have the luxury of saying, if we don't like this game, we can try another game. We have free games. We have free-to-play games. We have demos. We have so many types of games. And here's the fun thing about competitiveness in video games. If you're trying to find a game that you could be competitive in, just look at the speedrunning community. Just look at the speedrunning community. They've made competitiveness out of games that were not supposed to be competitive. Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 64, those 2 games are games that were never meant to be taken in a competitive manner. And yet, we have highly competitive scenes for fastest run in a certain way, fastest run without glitches, and a lot of different ways. You can make any game competitive. You just have to broaden your horizons if that is what you're looking for. If you're looking to make a game competitive, go for it. But I tell you right now, don't get stuck in one game. Do not. In fact, I'm going to check real quick. In fact, I wrote this quote retweet about Jake Lucky's first tweet because I thought it just encapsulated my thoughts on people that have those sorts of a game. I honestly have little sympathy, and I will say it almost verbatim because even if I were to delete this tweet, I'm gonna leave it here because I do believe this is, to me, my truth. I personally have little sympathy for gamers who whine about there being no good games while playing the same genre, or worse, the same game all the time. Broaden your horizons. Expand your knowledge. Don't get stuck in a rut. There's a reason why I seek to stream so many different games. Because I don't want to get stuck playing the same game over and over. Like, I love platformers. It's like the main type of game I play, but it's not the only type of game I play. I've played Metroidvanias. I've played RPGs. I played visual novels. I have played action adventure games. And there's so many more games that I am planning to play that don't even fit that mold. In fact, I have, in the early stages of planning, a series I'm going to do to explore the entirety of my backlog, which will expose me to other types of genres like mecha simulators, strategy games, first-person shooters, what other types of games? Open world sandbox games. And the list goes on and on. I know it's hard when you're pigeonholed in a role that you are the X person, you are the shooter person, you are the person that does this. You know, you are the smart guy, you are the computer whiz, you are the IT guy that everybody's coming after you for information about how to fix their computer. It's hard to be pigeonholed in that role. But I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling this to anybody who's willing to listen. This is not a call to make people like Dr. Disrespect feel bad or salty about me telling them that they should stop playing their games. No, not in the least. This is a call for the streamers of the world, for the people that are here who mainly stream video games, who have maybe the one main game that they play. Maybe it's Final Fantasy XIV. Maybe it's Diablo. Maybe it's World of Warcraft. Maybe it's Genshin Impact. I don't care. If that is your main game, go ahead, play it, so long as you have fun. But the moment you feel that you're no longer having fun, that you're feeling burnt out about playing that specific video game, pick up another one. We have almost limitless possibilities. I read in a tweet that there are over 800,000 video games, known video games, in the world. 800,000. There is no need to get stuck with one. If one doesn't work, pick another. I guess that is the message I wanted to give to everybody, because this could go for a general message, although it is more specific for, you know, streamers and stuff. Do not get stuck with one game. Do not get stuck with one genre. Do not get stuck with something that does not bring you joy. If something that used to bring you joy does no longer bring you joy, especially if it's just a video game, just put it to the side. Maybe that's what you need. You need to rest from that game. Pick something else. Something that could become your next favorite video game. And hopefully, you will be able to rekindle the joy of video games. So, thank you so much for listening to me rambling about video games and competitive scenes and, you know, everything else that came to my mind. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. And take care.